Stinky balls are super stinky. Smells like merman cooch. Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul Games. Welcome back to Diving in the Deep. Now we have to answer, what was the main lady's name? Butterella? Her first big question. What's actually not her first one? But of today's episode, 5 more minutes to sleep or get up and get on. Fuck it, we're going back to sleep. Even with the sunlight glaring through the window, I shoved my head under the duvet and let my eyes flutter shut. Just 5 more minutes. Oh, you're Quinn, the mighty Eskimo. I'm jolted awake by the phone beeping. And notice it's been nearly an hour. Whoop, better skip my morning caffeine boost to make it to work on time. You work at the ocean. Where do you punch in, with a sand crab? Do they pay you in sand dollars? Oh, you getting my gear ready for the dive ahead. My gaze lingers on the waves. The sand hisses beneath the sea. Why is it like, get off me? The water pooling around my feet as they sink into the wet sand. The memories of the day before are still foggy, but I have a somewhat clearer idea of what happened. You talked to a merman. There was definitely a statue and like an artifact. That much I remember for certain. The odd pictographs clear in my mind now. I furrow my brow deep as I try harder to remember. You ruined some, like, mermaid artifact area with your fat butt. Headache starting to form at the back of my head as I did so. I was looking at ruins, I found the artifact, and then there was... No, it can't have been! No! I shake my head. They don't exist. With my mind whirling with possibilities and the small thought I might actually be going insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain! Insane, got no brain. A shadow surrounds me and I spin around with a gasp. What the?
Hello, Miss Lantern. I hope I'm a woman.
Oh no, it's you!
Oh yeah, I'm old and lovely. What a lovely way to greet a fellow archaeologist.
The last time you were a real archaeologist was years ago. What relics have you come to steal and sell this time, Walton? Hopefully it's not your ancient dick.
Haha.
Walter Huntley, more like Walter Cuntley, ex-archaeologist turned treasure hunter, but always a jerk, gives a slow smirk before pulling off his expensive shades. That's actually what Indiana Jones is like. If you really watch the movies, he's really not much better than a grave thief.
Stealing's a strong word. I like to borrow and not give back.
I take a long breath. Having to deal with Walton is not on my list of favorite things to do. What do you want?
Actually, I was looking for you, baby honeykins. I heard that you, find something, maybe you find something in these waters, impressive stuff. It was my hope that we could partner up in order to better investigate these ruins and whatever. Ancient relics we may find.
My entire body tenses at his offer, especially my vagina, which closes up forever so he can't have any. You got creepy, bony fingers, Skeletor.
I won't lie, the new discoveries caused quite a stir among my clients. They're rather eager to be a part of this and enjoy the history that we might unearth.
Enjoy the history? I try not to scoff at his clever way of meaning they wanted to buy and keep whatever they found.
So, how about it, babykins?
All of these are no's. Being around a school of sharks would be safer. Safer than working with you. No, thank you. I'm very happy working alone. But I think the true Paul way to answer it is, you can take your offer and shove it up your ancient butthole. You might want to get some lube, Grandpa.
I'll take that as a no then. Shall I,
He interrupts me before I can finish my sentence, which is probably a good thing. He lets out a heavy sigh, slipping his sunglasses back up his long, dumb nose.
A shame, really. You really are one of the best in your field. Well, enjoy your dive, Quinn, and do be careful. You never know what kind of accidents can happen out there in the depths.
He gestures at the expanse of the sparkling ocean before giving a final smug smile and turns to stride away.
Whoops.
I try to suppress the shudder his words send through me, knowing I have to keep an eye out if he is skulking around. I should have like a rock right here and his head just poking around. Just kind of peeking. Attempting to put the encounter out of my mind, I focus my attention back on the inviting calmness of the ocean. Come in me, Quinn, you want to be in me. But don't pee at me again, I'm not into that. The inviting calmness of the ocean. Do I have to send you a formal invitation, ho? Get in me. And what lay beneath its tides. Dark secrets, I assure you. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. As the morning passes, like a pee out of my pee hole, I catalog most of the locations of the pillars and also manage to scout around some of the harder to reach areas around the ruins. And though it is all fascinating, it doesn't stop my mind from wandering to the day before. The memories are beginning to clear in my head, though it was all so unreal. It seems more like a vivid dream. Surely it can't have been a real merman. No, it was a fake merman. Some dumbass in a fin costume who got lost. I shake my head and hold back a chuckle at the ridiculous thought. I don't think you can laugh underwater like that. I must really be going mad. But still, I'm sure I met someone yesterday. Well, of course it wasn't a merman. You know, it was just your standard underwater guy. Let's search around for clues. It's too tempting not to have a quick look around for some idea of what happened. I begin to swim back towards the ruins from yesterday. Ellipses. But there's nothing and no one around. What, the merman cleared up all the rubble? I guess that shouldn't be like a surprise. What was I expecting? Merballs? Maybe. I continue to the other side of the stone pillars, unsure what I am looking for, but still searching anyway. After 15 minutes, I let out a breath, bubbles streaking through my breather and swirling around me. I've spent too long searching for something I'm unsure I even want to find, and I get back to work. As I turn back to face the ruins, the cut of my hand begins to sting, a weird vibration pulsating from it and tingling up my arm. You're the boy who lived, Quinn! I wince and cradle it to my chest, touching my supple boobs before glancing up. To find him right before me, dreamy merman. He really does have a tail. And that's no fishtail. The scales are covering it glint, gold in the ripples of sunlight that cascade through the waters. I don't know what I expected from a merman, but he certainly doesn't look the part with a tone. Oh, but he certainly does look the part with a toned torso and chiseled features. Hello again. It can't really be. I back away, the fins on my feet like iron weights as I try to kick back. Seeming to sense my oblivious disbelief and complete alarm, the merman swims towards me with a worried expression lining his handsome, dreamy, man-type face. Don't panic, please don't panic. Please don't pee in the water, I have to live here. I'm gonna shake my head to indicate I am not panicking much, because I'm just a hot woman who's getting hot under the collar. I'm getting the water wet for you. I shake my head trying to get across the fact I'm not panicking much. He's a merman after all, a being that isn't supposed to even exist except for in fairy tales. And you know what, kids? Fairies don't have tails. Does that mean you're okay? I nod. Wait, how's he speak English? What the fuck? How do you speak English, bro? How do you speak English? I'm not trying to regulate my breathing to a normal level. How do you not speak some sort of fish language where you're like that? Breathe on a normal level and stem the adrenaline that's coursing through my system. Good. I don't want to watch out for falling rocks if you start flailing about again like yesterday. Oh, wait, they're like a couple already. My olive him quickly filters away with his shark. There's the long, silent, awkward moment as each of us is obliviously unsure about what to do next. I swallow hard. You can swallow me hard, if you know what I mean. Uncertainty and curiosity racing through my body with such force it takes all my willpower not to rip off my breather and barrage the merman with a million questions. That would end poorly. I'd be like, Merman, how do you have babies? Does the mer lady shoot out the eggs and then you have to like jizz on them, kind of like fish? Because that's not hot. Thankfully, he fills in the quiet, his gaze flicking to the ground before meeting mine once more. I'm Merrik. He smiles, his thick brows raising, waiting for a response. I wish I could give it, but all I can do is gesture with my breather, hoping he understands that I can't say anything. Or he's going to think your name is Breather. Alright, you lot can't breathe underwater, can you? You lot? What is this racism? Well, that's just charming. It's a racist fish person. The merman spins around, his opaque orange and green fins at the end, twisting to follow his lithe movements. He pauses for a moment, staring out through the deep waters before turning back to me with a grin. Come on, follow me. I hesitate, staring at him with a frown. Under the sea, I'll make you wetter, down where it's better, take it from me. Oh my, but then I've come this far, why not? Oh yeah, you're gonna come. I nod at him, and his smile widens at my response before he swims past the ruins. I follow, at least I do my best. He's so fast and dreamy. Merrik leads me away from the ruins and through the open waters. My worries begin to grow as we enter waters that I've never been in before, away from the main shore of town. What if he's in league with the sharks? What if he feeds us to a shark? What if he has a shark pet and he's like, you're my pet food? But still I follow. Finally, he slows at the entrance to an opening in a large cliff face that not only plunges into the depths of the water, but also towers up through his surface. The surface. He gestures for me to keep going, and we swim through a narrow but deep passage. Oh my! Narrow but deep passage. Oh! Until finally it opens up into a cavern. Oh, she's cavernous? That's ew. I swim to the surface, my eyes widening as I look upon the cavern. Maybe this is his sex dungeon and he's going to keep you in it. I didn't know such a place existed so close to the shore. Sunlight lances through the holes in the rocky roof, shimmering on the ripples of the gentle waves that lap against the secluded beach. I swim towards the large rock, hauling myself onto its surface and sitting atop it. I hope I can sit atop his face. Pulling off my breather and goggles, I cast my gaze about the cavern, nothing but the chiming of the water dripping from the roof to disturb the serenity of it. This is like amazeballs. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I thought so too. He swims to the rock, folding his arms on top of the surface next to me to stay above the water. It's still a shock to see the tips of his fins bob above the surface behind him. And it's nice to hear your voice. How about a name? Quinn. My name is Quinn. Your hair is magical outside of the water, too. He nods, running his fingers through his dark, wet hair. The ends much lighter than the roots, as though they'd been dipped in paint. So I guess we should talk about yesterday. I'm still just struggling with the fact that it was all real, though I try to keep my face from showing it. He turns his bright sea green eyes to me and smiles. Oh, he's looking at me. Oh, thanks for helping me, for saving my life. I would have been crushed if it weren't for you. Thank you for saving mine first, Dreamboat. Oh. I guess it makes us even then. Though technically I am one up on you, seeing as I took you back to the beach after you got knocked out. Whatever. Guess that explains how I got to the shore safely. His gaze flickers to his folded arms, and I wait for him to speak, my feet dangling in the cool water. You shouldn't have been in those ruins. You're not my mermom. You can't tell me what to do. Go merfuck yourself. His brows knot together in a frown, though more out of a confusion than anger from what I can tell. Why? Why can't I be where I want to be? I'm a strong, independent woman. I mean, you shouldn't have been able to what? You shouldn't even been able to be there. It's like, why? I don't understand, like, what you're saying. You and me both. I open my mouth to respond when the weird feeling in my hand returns. It radiates from the small wound lancing through my fingers and arm. It's not really painful, but it's still weird. You alright? Tell him you're a fucking wizard, Harry. Yeah, I think so. I just caught myself on an artifact from, like, that statue yesterday. I think I might be a god or Jesus or something now. Maybe it's infected. I don't know. It feels weird. If you think it's infected, shouldn't you go see a doctor? His lips tighten for a moment before a smile breaks across his face. What is it? Come with me. Where? He pushes himself back from the rock, his hand outstretched towards me. I shrug, having trusted him this far, and turn to retrieve my gear. Leave it. Unless you want me to drown, I'm bringing it. His smile only grows as he reaches further towards me. Oh no, he does want me to drown. Come on, trust me. Oh, fine, I'll trust your dumb murass. Against my better judgment, I left my breather and mask on the rock, slipping back into the water. Merrik smiles at me, apparently grateful for trusting him. He swims a little further out into the depths of the cavern's waters, and I follow, treading water at the surface. Suddenly he disappears beneath the clear waters, nothing visible except his shadow, encroaching on me from beneath. Oh no! What if he pulls me under? I don't even have time to gasp a breath before his hands latch onto my ankles and drag me beneath the waves. That's not good. Oh, what are you doing? Merrik continues to hold on to me until we have left the cavern and are out in the open waters. When he finally lets go, he twists around to float before me, a satisfied smile on his face that I want to slap away. With my gear back on the rock in the cave, fear and panic grips at my limbs like anchors. It's only then I realize I don't need my gear at all. What? I can breathe. I can breathe water. I can actually breathe underwater. Yeah. And it's pretty amazing, right? I spin around, excitement bubbling through every vein, not only able to breathe in the water, but see and speak too. How's this even possible? Merrik purses his lips, running a hand through his hair. I'm not sure of the specifics exactly. I'm not a merc scientist. I just know it has something to do with the magic of the, what do you call an artifact? Do you know how long this will last? I'm not sure. It's only happened once before, and that guy decided to turn it into a full merman, so... He what? Can that really, happen? Merrik stares at me as though not exactly sure, or not sure why I'm even asking the question. I'm guessing he's the guy? Of course it can. Why wouldn't it? What, that happens every day, Merrik? Every fucking day. That does not happen every day. Apparently to him this is all normal, but to me, well, I'm not even sure I can process it all yet. When I don't respond, he continues. The most I know for certain is that the magic of the artifact is what protects us. It shields us from the eyes of humans and keeps us safe from them finding us and anything to do with my kind. Well, she's a human, so it didn't do such a good job, now did it, Cochise? It's sad that they need protecting from us, but when I think of what could happen if someone like Walton found them, we could just kill them and stuff them and put them on the walls. Not creepy! I can't even bring myself to imagine the outcome. It can also turn humans into merpeople and merpeople into humans. The guy from before cut himself on the artifact too, and that's how I knew you'd be able to breathe underwater. Didn't you know the shell had power? Yeah. How would she know? Really, Merrik? Does she look like she knows what's going on? No, of course not. How would I know that? It's not like there's magic shells everywhere, dumbass. But you tried to take the artifact with you. Isn't that why you wanted it? No, that's not what I was going to do with it. That's not why I was going to take it with me. Then why? I'm an archaeologist, dumbass. That's what I do. I'm an archaeologist. Finding things like that is what I do, and I put them in museums for little kids to get bored at on field trips. Oh, I see. I can understand that. I'm drawn to interesting things, too. Really? Really? You're the kind of guy on a dating profile who's like, I like music and movies. Oh, really? You're the one person who likes music and movies, because nobody else does. Why don't you write something unique about it yourself? His expression melted into a half smile that only made his handsome face more so. Uh-oh, she's getting wet in the loins for him, and it's not the salt water. It's why I revealed myself to you. You want to get laid, bro. She could totally fish friend him, or be like, I'm glad you did. You know, she's gonna hit on him. I'm glad you did. I find you rather interesting too. Fish penis is tiny, because I think they probably are. Good to know that you're interested. What? I can't seem to pull my gaze from his hot fish peen, heat rising to my cheeks even in the cool of the waters. Finally, I glance at my hands, which are twisting around each other. They're trying to murder each other. Though, you know, if you're interested, I can show you more about those ruins you've been looking at, you know? Maybe, Really? The idea made my stomach flip with excitement, and then I puked on him. Oh, that'd be gross to puke underwater like that. It'd all just hang around like puking in space. To discover more about the ruins with an actual merman, it was an offer I couldn't resist. Back at the ruins, Merrik had pointed out some more carvings and showed me some of the tool marks left by those who crafted the pillars. They'd been built by his kind. Is that rude? It was kind of rude when he was like, oh, your kind. Oh, I see you fish people. Don't trust you in your fishy ways. Do you know what the carvings mean? No, it's from our ancestors. Anyone who might have known that is long gone. That's a shame. But don't worry, now that you have the magic of the artifact in your blood, you'll be able to see all the things of my people that were hidden from you before. Does the magic really hide it from all humans? Pretty much, except the artifact itself. For some reason, though, it shields everything else from view. It can't hide itself.
That sounds like a plot point. Maybe, what's the other guy's name? Butt Surface McGee might find it. To think that Merpeople in their history were beneath the waves of the shore of my hometown all these years without anyone knowing. I don't even know what to say to that. I am interested to see what's going to happen next, but that's going to have to wait till the next episode. I'd like to thank you all for watching. How much you bet she's going to try and do the dirty mer deed with him? I'll see you all next time.